Hey everybody, this is Richard, and today is the 12th of July, and we just got inflation data out, and it did cause a pretty good spike in the equity markets in the pre-market. And so as we stand right now though, yesterday's close, we ended up buying the S&P at around 44.74, the E-minis that is, and like I said, the market kind of drifted higher in the overnight session, and then news just came out, inflation, and so we saw a pop there. And so right now that trade's up about $1,400, and we will more than likely get out of this trade when the market opens. There's a chance we could actually hold on to it for a bit though, and anytime you have a big move like this, there's always a decent chance that we'll get into some of the day trades as well. And so we'll just have to see what happens, but as it stands right now, this trade's up a decent amount, and markets are going to open in about a little under an hour, and so we'll see what happens at that point. So it looks like markets will open in about 18 minutes, and so far we've been holding on to this gap higher. In fact, I think since the last time I was talking, it actually went up a little bit more. But I did want to just do the risk disclosure though. Remember that trading futures and options involves substantial risk of loss. It's not appropriate for all investors. Remember, I'm not a CTA, I'm what's called a third-party developer, and I offer the algorithms to be traded under a letter of direction. So yeah, with that in mind, like I said, equities are gonna open in about roughly 13 minutes, and when they do, more than likely we're gonna get out of this trade. And this trade that we're in right now, it's this one down here. This is that Geronimo ES algo, and if I zoom out a bit, I mean, you'll see it's had, you know, a handful of trades. June was actually really profitable on this strategy as the market went higher. The market pulled back a bit towards the end of June, and we did take some losses on that pullback, and then we saw another pop again. And you know, this is all normal though. I mean, it will have winners and losers, but the nice thing is right now we're definitely in a winning trade. This algorithm, by the way, is traded on the Elite Trader. It's also in the Smart Pivot 3 strategy, and then a very similar strategy like this one is also in the Paladin, and then some of the older legacy algorithms as well, including Phoenix. But the one in Paladin and Phoenix, similar to this, but it'll take more trades. So this one is a little more selective, which is why kind of in some of these periods you don't see quite as many trades. In the other one, you'll see a lot more trades, but this is the one that's in the Elite Trader, and it's a really good algo. I mean, what it does again is it gets in as the market is closing. It throws out a pretty tight target. A lot of times it'll hit that target, but then if it doesn't, it'll hold overnight. And then what we're looking for is a big move, exactly like we have had so far. And assuming this holds, then it'll be a real nice gain at the open. But here's, by the way, in case people haven't seen this before, this is the overnight futures quote right up here. And so you can see that as when equities closed yesterday, that would have been right in here. And these times, by the way, are Mountain Standard. Futures are open about another hour in the aftermarket, and then they actually close for about an hour, and then they reopen, and that's now around 6 o'clock Eastern PM. And so as Asia opens, you know, the futures are trading overnight, and then eventually Europe opens, and then eventually the US opens again, and this is where you get that pre-market kind of futures data that you'll see on some of the financial news networks. But anyway, I've talked probably enough. I'll be quiet. Let's see what happens at the open, and then I might or might not provide any more comments. But as it stands right now, we're up about $1,600 on the Elite Trader trades in 35K unit sizes. So that's a gain of almost 5%, I believe. So so far, a pretty nice gain for the day. Let's see what happens though. So another 10 minutes, the markets are going to open, equity markets that is, and when they do, that's when more than likely we're going to get out of this trade. But as I was finished talking, we actually hit some new highs for the day, and so at this point we're now up even a little bit more, about 1900. Now remember that I am showing the algorithms in a very positive light. I'm showing you some winning trades. We do have losing trades as well, but when we get out of this trade, what I'm going to do in about 10 minutes, I'm going to try to finish up this video and send it out so that you can see it. But what probably will happen later on in the day, in fact, in about I guess about 30 minutes. So markets open in 10 minutes. About 20 minutes later, we could get into these day trade long algos, and if we do, those are going to have really tight stops. They're going to have stops of about $350 each, and so even if we get into those and get stopped out, that's going to be a loss of about $700. I'll just call it $800. We're up about $1,900 on this trade, so we're still going to be up for the day. And obviously, there's no guarantees, but if we get into that trade and then the market just takes off, then it could be a really big day for us, because we could be in a couple other long positions that could take advantage of today's action, depending on what it does. Okay, so equities just opened and we had a huge gap up like you see here, and we ended up getting out with a real solid gain of about, the live account is about $1,920 that we made. So on a 35K account, that's a gain of about 5.5%. So in this overnight trade, we made about 5.5%. It's obviously a great start to the morning. Now, as I mentioned in the video though, there's a good chance we could get into these day trades, and also the Emerald Long as well. And so, like I said, it could be a bigger day, but we'll just have to see. So I'll stop talking for now. I'm going to finish up this video, do the editing, and then I might do another video later today highlighting any other day trades that we have. So thank you again for watching though, and have a great day. Bye-bye.